Here's exactly how you can unlock focus on command in three main sections. The first section is the game changer diagram. The second section is what is flow exactly. And the third section is awareness. The third one's probably one of the most important ones, so stick around for that. Firstly, this is, I would say, the most important diagram you need to know to unlock focus on command, which is your inputs, processes, outputs, the environment, and feedback. Okay, for inputs, you need to have good inputs in order to focus better. If you're eating bad food, if you're consuming bad content, if you're consuming brain rot and you're consuming processed foods and you try to focus while you're high or you're drunk or something, you're not going to be able to focus that good. If you can't focus when you have had a lot of carbs, diet goes a massive sort of action plan on how to focus better. If your diet is good, you can reduce brain fog. You can basically eliminate brain fog, but that's a completely different video. Your processes are the techniques that you use, which if you're studying, you use high ROI study techniques. If you are doing business, what's the highest leverage thing that you can do? The feedback is just after every single focus session, figure out what you did which made the focus session good or bad. Your environment is extremely important because if you try to study in a environment where there's constantly people interrupting you, there's constant noise, you have like a bunch of clutter on your desk. You have like 6 books that you don't need. You have a plate of pasta that you haven't ate. There's a bunch of cans. You're not going to be able to focus, and this is extremely important because most people they consume right now non-PG content, video games, talking to 6 girls, uh, think too much about opinions, and the result is that they get mid grades. No one loves them. Depression, negative cycle of thoughts, and this negative cycle of thoughts will lead to a lot more of that depression. And basically, it's a repetition cycle. If you can fix your inputs and you can take the feedback and improve your environment day after day, you will do extremely well. The second thing, what is flow? Okay, this is what flow is by this diagram. You enter the flow channel when your basic graph is like it's linear basically, where if your challenges is too high, you get anxious and you want to quit because it's too hard. But if it's too easy according to the skills you have, you get bored. And if you get bored, you're not going to be able to focus, which is why if somebody sat you down today and then just said, say the ABCs for 1 hour, your skill level is so damn high, you're just going to die out of boredom, which is why you won't be able to get into flow. So when you decide to get into work, when you decide you want to get into flow, you want to become focused, pick tasks which are according to your skill level. Don't try to go into differentiation sums when you don't know basic algebra. Even though both of them don't particularly have too much connection, except the basically knowing of what do you call unknown values, but that's a different conversation. So don't go to levels which are too difficult for you. Start with first principles, the foundations of something, and don't go too below your skill level. Don't keep repeating the same things that you have done a million different times. Um, when it doesn't help. Obviously, for business and whatnot, it's completely different. For business, you need to repeat the same actions again and again and again, day after day, for a very long period of time, until you finally see results. But for, let's say, studies, for, um, let's say, anything else, personally, like, let's say, you trying to conquer any type of sport, you can't be playing with the exact same people every single day after day after day, even after you have beaten them multiple times. You'll get bored and you won't be able to get in the flow zone, in the flow channel. Okay. Thirdly, awareness, which I would say is one of the most important ones, and it's very simple, but most people don't understand. Okay, so your conscious and your subconscious mind. So 95% of your actions is controlled by your subconscious mind or your unconscious mind. So 95% of the actions that you take on a daily basis, you don't consciously do them. When you wake up and if you directly go on your phone, you don't do that consciously. When you like a habit for me, which I didn't realize I was doing for a very long time because my unconscious mind took over for me, which is what I would always come back from school and I would directly put on an episode of like How I Met Your Mother or Modern Family or any type of like sitcom, and I did that continuously for like months after months after months until I finally realized this diagram, and I was like, damn, I get why I just come back and I'm not even conscious. There's sometimes I'll just be here. I'll be on my desk watching the show, and I'm like, why did I decide to watch this for the seventh time? Like, it's because it's so prone for us to just like stop being conscious because we have a lack of awareness, and I think that's very important. The moment where you can realize, okay, I'm about to go watch that show or I'm about to scroll on my phone. No, just say no. Just tell yourself no. I'm gonna take conscious action right now, and I'm not gonna do it because realize most of the time when you're doing the bad habits, you're not consciously doing them. Right afterwards, doing a bad habit, let's say doom scrolling for hours on end, you have that moment of realization, be like, what did I just do? I didn't even want to do that. I didn't even enjoy that. That's your conscious mind speaking. And if you can keep going back to the conscious mind rather than being on autopilot, being an NPC, you can go so much further. Now, if you want a full cheat sheet on focus, which I'm going to be releasing in a couple weeks on my Discord for completely free, first link in the description. And with that, you get coaching calls, a bunch of other resources that I'm going to be releasing, as well as like this is a study system that I legit made. Because a guy was having midterms, I told him exactly what he should do, how many hours he should study, gave him exact videos to watch, exact breakdowns. Legit made so many of these Loom videos. There's some diagrams there as well. Free Discord, and join before it's too late and the Discord is too full for me to even do this. As well as I'm creating a full-fledged course based on the people who are joining the what do you call it? Joining the Discord server and voting for which topic they need the most help with. But yeah, with all that said, bye.